for the town hall event. Go ahead, Humam.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here and glad to see everyone being part of this. My name is Humam Al-Ghamdi, and I'm part of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia section. I'm also a proud member of WIMAC.
Yoharshi, Stephen?
I'll go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Yogashri Pradhan. I am the past chair of the Permian Basin section. I am based out of Midland, Texas, United States, and I am also a proud WIMAC member.
Perfect. Stephen?
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I'm Stephen Forrester, WIMAC member on the communications group based in Houston, Texas, as part of the SP Gulf Coast section, as well as on the editorial board for the SP The Way Ahead publication. So happy to be here. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Last but not least, Nika.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nihal Daraj. I'm with the London section, also a member of WIMAC and the incoming chair in basically 1 month. Happy to see you all here, and over to you, Rodrigo.
Thank you, Nika. Before I introduce myself, and is there someone else from WIMAC? And of course, Yuen. Yuen, I think you have your microphone on mute.
Oh, yes, sorry. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Yun. I'm SPE staff and I'm the Young Member Programs Coordinator. My role is to support and assist in the development of SPE international programs aimed to help YPs and student members. I work alongside WIMAC to help facilitate the programs and activities developed.
Thank you, Yun. Is there someone else, aside from myself, missing from WIMAC to introduce himself or herself? I think no, right?
Yes, Rodrigo, Brian.
Yes, Brian. I'm trying. There's so many pictures here.
No worries. I will change to Spanish because I see a lot of members from different regions. So, mucho gusto a todos. Soy Brian Chavarría y soy parte del Young Engagement Member Committee en la parte de comunicación. Entonces, cualquier cosa ahorita podemos platicar también en español. Mucho gusto y gracias.
Thank you, Brian. Mil gracias. And like Brian mentioned, in the end, we'll have a specific breakout session in Spanish for those Spanish speaking. So that's something interesting. And so thank you guys. So not to further delay, we're truly excited and happy to have you guys in what's our first virtual WIMAC town hall, the first of its kind, and hopefully many more up to come. And during the next around 30 to 40 minutes, we'll go on a series of slides, which we also presented earlier today for a different time zone, and which you'll get to meet more of our WIMAC members and our plans and activities, whether for this tenure, which is finishing on September, as well as for what Niha, the upcoming chair, will present to you for 2021-2022. And we'll have in the end a session for questions as well, and we'll share the slides. And in case we have the 100-member limitation for this room, so in case someone is not being able to join, you can catch up the live recording of this broadcast on our WIMAC YouTube channel, where it's not only being live broadcasted, but it will also remain recorded. So thank you guys. So starting on Yuen. So just guys, to give you a context, you guys met already several of our members, and as you can see, it's quite a diverse committee. In fact, some of our members are probably asleep now, as it's 12-hour time zone difference from the morning session we had. And so we have members from Middle East, North Africa, Latin America, the Americas itself, Europe, Asia. And of course, we're always looking for new members. We need volunteers. And if anyone wants to join, you can go into the WIMAC webpage or send an email to James, Yuen, Niha, myself, or the well-known YP@sp.mail. and inform your desire, and we'll take on over there. And just to point out, there's some specific regions that are very strong in SPU, but we don't have that many members. One of them is Asia, like we mentioned this morning, and the other, I'll say, is Latin American Caribbean. We have extremely active people at the regional level and the student level for the Americas, but we don't have that many in WIMEC. We have myself from Mexico, and we have Cassandra from Trinidad and Tobago, Brian from Mexico, and Rafael from well, he's currently based in Germany. But we don't have, let's say, as of this moment, any native Brazilian, for instance, or a native Argentinian. So it would be great to have more of you guys from Latin American Caribbean joining, as well as some of the Americas, which are always more than welcome as being the most traditional in all this region. Yuan, if you could pass on to the next slide, please. So this is to give you guys an idea and context of where WIMEC fits. We realized in ourselves before we joined WIMEC that it didn't used to be so clear as in where does WIMEC fit into the whole environment, let's say, an ecosystem of SP. So you guys know we are linked to the board, to our board liaison, and to the board committee on member programs. And we have a specific board liaison that is attached. We have staff liaisons, of course, and we have the great assistance from Yuan and James that are our master links with the SP staff. And we used to have those three subcommittees, which we'll show in the next slides how we've updated them. But just so you know, we have under the WIMEC umbrella a series of events and activities, including Petrobol Ambassador Lecture Program, Student Paper Contest, ATC student programs. We have the Emerging Leaders Alliance, Spotlight on YPs, Career Pathways. We have now the YP Congress being developed with BML, and many other events, which we'll detail later. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Yuan, if you could kindly pass on to the next slide. So this is how the structure used to be before, as you guys saw in the previous slide, and we'll show now in the next slide what we've done and updated it. Yuan, if you could kindly pass to the next slide as well. So this is how the structure is defined now. What we've done is we've improved and made more intimate our relationship and closer with the other subcommittees, with the other SP committees, such as Business Management and Leadership, BML, Diversity and Inclusion, DNI, the Gaia Initiative, the Way Ahead, membership staff, and some other areas, having now recurrent meetings as well as roadshow meetings. And internally, we've created a fourth subcommittee, a fourth branch, which you can see in green here. It's the Geographical Representatives, which is a specific committee in which either through board suggestion, board nominees, or ourselves within WIMEC, we propose 1 or 2 IPs per region to join WIMEC, and they'll act as focal points as they have already for some regions, like Cassandra is for Latin American Caribbean. So these geographical representatives will help us cascade and broadcast, transmit any kind of message program idea that we have, and vice versa, help us. They'll work as our ears within each region to help us capture what are the main hot topics, and for us to stay relevant and best serve you guys all. And we've also appointed specific people to work on Petrobol. You'll see Mohammed later on, and some of our WIMEC members talking about it. Mohammed, sorry. And we have specific people also to deal and tackle the Ambassador Lecture Program, social media profiles, and of course, although Energy for Me, it's a separate program from SP, we do have someone internally to help assist that and promote the event. Yuan, if you could kindly pass on to the next slide. So just to guys give you a recap of what we've done in terms of 2020, 2021, before we pass on to our great new chair, Niha. So we've completed the virtual Petrobol, which was something that caught us by surprise because of COVID, and that was a successful event. Despite all the IT limitations that such an event could have, it was a major success, in great part thanks to the Latin America software and team and what they had created. We've also gone full virtual media social profile wise. We've created our social media accounts, which we invite and encourage you to join and follow us. In terms of progress, what we're doing now is we're doing this kind of events, this town halls to increase the awareness and better present what WIMEC is, so that everyone knows what it is, that and explain, and you guys know that it's there to help you and assist you and listen to you. And we have adapted it to have this geographical representatives, integration with other committees. And what's next is to focus on, of course, this Achilles heel of membership which is the conversion from student to professional membership, which is always extremely challenging, especially during downturns and during COVID. So that's something we'll mention in the statistics in the next slides, as well as that's something that one of the drivers that we always have behind our events. And of course, any transition, which Nikhil will cover later if I'm not wrong. So you guys know that we're staying relevant, we're aware, and we keep very much in our vision and plans the fact that we're going through the industry itself to an energy transition phase, and petroleum engineering itself is being adapted, changed, or updated as we know it. Yuan, if you could kindly pass on to the next slide as well. So we've completed what we mentioned in terms of Petrobol, career pathways, the bachelor lecture program, and what's next and where we're working on. We'll detail that in the next slides, including the YP Congress, this new events being done in partnership with the BML committee. And we're also planning to have, as Niha will mention later, some great events for ATCE and the YP Summit. Gwen, if you could pass on to the next slide. Okay, so I pass on to our next great incoming chair, Niha, straight from London.
Thank you so much, Rodrigo. So what to expect in 2020? We've been doing lots of international events, just YMEC, within YMEC members. So we wanted to expand that and have you guys participate. So what we are going to do is YMEC Symposium by YP Chair, which is you guys. You'll join us and we will do a joint events, if not many events. But for me personally, I'm planning to have 3 or 4 events within my tenure. The second thing is innovative ATCE program. We will have a constant, as you will see later, a constant session, but with different topics that looks into the new things in the industry and supports all criteria of our membership, basically from graduates to senior YPs. The third thing is more courses and activities with other SPE committees like BML and diversity and inclusion. And last but definitely not least, more SPE Gaia program activities touching upon sustainability, energy transition, as Rodrigo mentioned, expanding the profile of our members, because some would argue that being a petroleum engineer, just a petroleum engineer, is not enough anymore. So yeah, we are here to support you. Next slide, please. Yes, back to you, Rodrigo.
Thank you, Niha. So just to guys give you a context, apologies, I don't know if it's Humam that will present the statistics.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rodrigo and Nihal. This is just to show 2 main graphs about the demographics of our young professionals, including students. So on the left graph, you could see in blue, you could see the professionals counts time lapse since 1960 all the way to 2020. In orange, you could see the professionals and students, and you could see the huge jump by 2010 onward. And this is one of the major areas of focus that we're looking for, which is the retention of students. On the right graph, you could see the difference between 2010 in blue and 2020 in orange. This shows demographics by age, and one main difference between both lines is the jump or the drop in the gap between senior, let's say, professionals and young professionals. So we are the fuel of SPE. We are the fuel of young professional activities. If you could move to the next slide, please, Yuan. And hence, retention is very important to us. 75% is the goal that we intend to reach. You could see in these both graphs, the professional members needed to reach retention goal in gray, while the current professional members are in blue. Comparing professional to student, you could see that the delta between both shows a lot of opportunity in certain regions, and it shows regions that could use more attention. For example, South Asia and Pacific students show an extremely high number, while professionals are showing a low number. Now, the goal is to actually retain as much students as possible, and hence activities like these that we do in YMAC are what we intend to attract students. And there's so many. There is the Ambassador Lecturer Program, there is the Career Pathway Fair, there is also the Petro Bowl. Reaching out is our mission, and we intend to continue that, but we also count on you to be part of us. Back at you, Rodrigo.
Thank you, Juan. I think we have Mohammed now.
Yes. We will start to speak about something like interesting events YMEC organize. We will start with the most interesting event in SPE International is a Petropol. It is all of you, I think it is are knowing it is a qualifier from all around the world, from Africa, Europe, Russia, Middle East, America, Latin and North America, Asia Pacific. All the world are participating in this competition. University students are competing about technical knowledge. They know about something competing and competition, and have something like technical questions about what they study, about what will have faced in the industry. For the Petropol nowadays, or for this year, it will be held in next month, about 4 or 5 September 2021, and we will have about 32 teams from different regions, and we will have qualifiers, and finally we will have the winner of the event. Now we are working on organizing that event, and we need your hand to support us with your questions. If you have a question that's related to technical knowledge about petroleum engineering, or health and safety and environment questions, anything like related to petroleum engineering, you can support us and send us to this question, and you can support us to be a volunteer in this great competition, like be a judge or something like a moderator for this events, which is a huge and energetic event. I totally participating as a student and participating as a moderator last year. That is the first thing. The second one, and the most favorite event in SPE International for me, the student paper contest. It is the gate for you to start to research your paper, to have a research paper or abstract to be applied to compete with your teammates in your qualifier region, and then you will have this paper to be accepted, and if you accepted, you will compete internationally. I have won the first place before in the Middle East, and I have participated this year in regional paper contest for my region, MENA region. So it is the gate for you to start your research and your ideas to be participated and published in the conferences. Go ahead for the next slide, Yuan. Okay, so this year the Petropol will be in the online, and the paper contest will be online. So you will able to see it through our YouTube and LinkedIn profile, and also we need your help and your support for Petropol gathering question and for the volunteering in the Petropol. For the second event is Ambassador Lecture Program. It is a great program organized by SPE International. Every YB or young professional can share his career development and his advice in the industry to students in universities and also in the schools. So it is a great opportunity for YB to interact with students in university, first grad. For student benefits, if we have a student in our attendees today, we have the opportunity to decrease the gap between academia and work. So if you are in the first career steps, you will have the opportunity to see what is you need to work on it. Ambassador Lecture Program, don't miss any session about this. And also for the YB who are working today, it is a good opportunity to have a career guidance from expert engineers in our industry. For the YP that's a volunteer in this ambassador lecture program, and they need to emphasize that for every SPE YP member or have a valid membership, can participate at every time and every day, so he can only contact the university in his section and also or his section, and then he can conduct a session to enhance its presentation skills, leadership skills. And finally, the most sections that have more LP lectures, it will have the award from SP International. So it is a great opportunity for students to attend any ambassador program lecture, and also for YB to be a certified ambassador lecture program in SP International. Go ahead for you, Haman. Back to you, inshallah.
Thank you, Mohammed. Moving to yet another unique activity that is happening for the first time. The YP Congress is a joint collaboration effort between YMAC and the Business Management Leaders Committee. The objectives are as unique as the event itself. If you would like to hear from industry leaders and influencers, that's the event. A lot of people are looking for direction. Where is the industry moving towards? Where is it going? That's basically us young professionals as one of our natures to look for directions. Where are we going? Definitely towards a new digital and energy era. This is another objective of the event that you get to see if you attend. Of course, one of our major legacies and objectives in SPE and YMAC as well is building our network, connecting with universal young force across the world. Again, inclusiveness, you could see it in the YMAC member itself, and you could see it across SPE. We have a very large number of young professionals, and they are as much inclusive as as any other society and more. I think this event would bring a lot of action items and would bring a lot of insights to both students and young professionals. If we can move to the next slide, I would share maybe a few details about the SPE YP Congress. So this is an event that is happening from YPs to YPs, or basically it's us helping each other. The program is a 1 week program happening in the second week of November. So if you're interested, go ahead, sign up, register for the event. Again, in the schedule, you could see that the event has a diverse program that has a boot camp, it has a sustainability panel, it has a lot of training opportunities and a lot of workshops that are following the energy and digital trend. This is one of the most important activities that we do, and I think it would hit very strong on vital training, networking, and market direction items. If you could move to the next slide, please. Another opportunity that is offered by YMAC is the Emerging Leader Alliance. This is a high quality leadership training program. It's happening this year between the 26th and 29th of September. It's a 1 week interdisciplinary leadership conference for selected professionals, and it promotes the development of leaders and guides our professionals to address the needs of people in the 21st century. So this is an annual occurring opportunity. All you need to do is sign up the form and complete the nomination process. Upon selection, this will be, SPE will cover both your accommodation and registration fees. This is a collaboration effort between more than 10 organizations. It's a very unique program and a unique opportunity. And it tells us the objective of this program tells us more about the overall mission of SPE and YMAC, which is, some people work for large organizations while others work for smaller organizations. Those in large organizations, they have robust training programs, others don't. And hence the objective of this program. I would like to turn this to Nakhil to go to the next slide.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for joining here. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop those in the chat box. So I'm kind of going to speak about an elephant in the room. You know, everybody is speaking about it. What's going to happen? What will happen to oil and gas? What do you think? Energy transition is happening. Everybody is speaking of digital and sustainability, and a lot of discussions are happening around there. But maybe more clarity is required. You know, so we are still transitioning. However, having said that, digital transformation is for real. It's already here. And look at us. We are connecting from different parts of the world. We have somebody from Philippines, I can see in the chat box. We have people dialing in from Middle East. I'm from India. We have people from Europe, Latin America, America, you know, all over the world. We have people from the whole globe, entire globe, you know. This is a time when people are connected. So you should leverage the digital transformation, digital platforms. While you do that, it's very important to make sure that you are not running behind only the jargon words, as they say. Which technology you want to use, what's going to be advantageous for you. If there is anything else which you can directly utilize, you should think of those ways. Of course, energy digital transformation leads to sustainability, and when we speak of sustainability, it's not only about greenery around. It has to be a larger approach. We need to realize that sustainability has to be there in the environment. Sustainability has to be there with the business. Sustainability has to be there with our planet. If you go and visit United Nations Sustainability Goal, you realize that the world is changing, and those goals, everybody can contribute to those goals, right from an individual to a country, a nation, a company, the whole world. If we work in those right directions, we can make it, and we will definitely make it. And the last point, of course, the most important point, energy transition. What's happening with energy transition? Is oil and gas coming to an end? Will there be jobs? What would happen to jobs? Come on, guys, look around. Everybody has, you know, right now we have joined from laptop, mobile, or tab, and something, you know. So I'm wearing glass. This is something that I would always say. I'm wearing spectacles. It has glasses. So plastic is everywhere around. You need oil and gas. Okay. So the energy transition, the additional energy, renewable energy, and the other sources, they are going to complement our energy thrust. Oil and gas is not going to go anywhere. Of course, you need to make sure that you keep on learning, you keep on training yourself, and you keep on moving so that you don't become dinosaurs. Because the way jobs were in past, they have changed now. It's not like somebody used to use pencil and paper and sit and do seismic evaluation. Of course, they do that, they use it, but the primary tools are digital tools. I'm not going to take names of any products because this is an open forum. But you know, there are products which everybody uses on the for digital products. So the whole world is moving in a direction, in a sustainable direction. Energy transition is to complement everything and not to take away your jobs. Is not to kill oil and gas industry. Rather, it's support. It is to support that. And oil and gas industry has been at the forefront. Oil and gas industry has been, you know, they have been blamed a lot that you guys create a lot of carbon footprint. There is this thing, that thing. But look around. The biggest of the biggest projects in the world are oil and gas projects, and they are implementing. They are moving towards net carbon zero, and it's going to happen. So if we keep on moving, if we work in the right direction, if we make sure that we learn the right things, I'm sure that we will make it. And with that, I would request to move to next slide, please. Thank you.
Thanks, Nikhil. Before I start my slide, I want to welcome Thomas Plassingame, the SP president. He's with us on the call right now. So welcome, Tom. Thank you for the support. So for our ATCE program, we've came up with an innovative new program. It's called Skill Acquisition Workshop Series. So every year you'll attend ATCE, you will find the Skill Acquisition Workshop Series, right? We separated this series into two parts. One of them is Leaders for Tomorrow. This is for students and fresh graduates. And the other one is Masterminds, which is for the more experienced YBs. Of course, the topics will change according to where the industry is at that time. For this year, Leaders of Tomorrow, we're talking about finding your unique career path. There are a lot of possibilities out there. We're doing actually an interview with Mark Rubin, who's the SPE CEO, right? So he's a petroleum engineer, graduated from Texas A&M University, and went on and became the SPE CEO. So that tells you that there is a world of possibilities out there. The second part which is masterminds for experienced YPs, is basically moving from technical to managerial. Do I need an MBA? That's a question that everyone is asking themselves. So on this great panel, we have people who has MBA and people who does not have an MBA. And they are talking about the merits of having an MBA and possibly the demerits of having it, and how they navigate through their leadership and their managerial skills with this add-on experience of an MBA or not an MBA. So yeah, that's what we are doing for this ATCE, plus also the regular CV session and the Petro Bowl Championship, which we will need your help in. So please, everyone on the call, we would highly appreciate your help in question writing in the International Petro Bowl Championship. With that said, the membership or the young members program this year is completely free, 100%, and it's 100% virtual as well. So all of you can attend. So please go on to the ATCE website and sign up. We hope you enjoyed the program, and we are waiting to see you all. Thank you. On next slide, please. So yeah,
It's my turn.
over to you guys.
Okay, so the career pathway phase. In 2019, SP YMEC successfully hosted its first ever SP Virtual Career Pathways Fair. With continuous improvements, the fair has now become an annual event with the addition of more resources and a wider range of disciplines to include hot topics such as digitalization and the energy transition. The event is held on 3 consecutive days, which each day dedicated to a specific hemisphere. However, registered events are free to attend more than one day to gain the most out of the experience. VCPF is extremely useful for both students and young professionals who are still deciding their career path or planning to change their career path. It presents an excellent opportunity to network and meet energy professionals from all over the world. Ewan, next slide. SP runs on the volunteerism of our members. You, our students and young professionals, are the future of SP, and we are calling on you to become part of SP League of Volunteers so we can continue to grow and improve our organization. Some of the benefits of being a volunteer are: enhance your leadership skills, influence SP programs and activities with your knowledge and experience, like what we are doing in YMEC, meet and work with other members near and around the globe, as well as contribute in your area of interest. Here is a link to the SP volunteer page where you'll find all the information on how you can join SP League of Volunteers and the volunteer opportunities that are currently open. Next slide, Leon.
Okay, so for the next slide, I believe we have Sirin Chichili presenting on behalf of Beyond the Borders.
Correct, yes. Hi, can you hear me well?
Yes, we can. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. I'm Sirin Trishili. I'm communication responsible in the Beyond the Borders committee. And I'm very glad to share with you today some insights to the Beyond the Borders initiative on behalf of our team. So the Beyond the Borders initiative was created 3 years ago. This was a common initiative by the YPs committees of different European sections And the mission here is based on three main pillars. So first of all, what we are aiming at is for allowing the YPs to improve their personal development, and this is thanks to the different presentations and workshops that take place in these events. Second is the networking, and this is, of course, thanks to all the connections that the YPs get when they attend the Beyond the Borders events. And finally, this helps increase the different sections visibility because the BTB events are hosted each time by a different section. So how do these events actually look like? These are coordinated international events for YPs with complementary themes. Each time a section is hosting the event, and it lasts from 2 to 3 days. The idea here is that the accommodation and most of the meals are actually paid by the SPE, so the participants only need to pay for their flights. Here you can see an example of the first edition where the different events took place in several European cities. So here we have Paris, Bucharest, Milan, and we did also a second edition in 2019, after which the pandemic actually hit us. So we couldn't continue with these in-person events anymore, which take us to the next edition. So Yun, if you can please move to the next slide. Thank you. With this, we started our virtual series. So in 2020 and until this year, we continued with online presentations, which were also hosted by different sections. And the topics here, as you can see, varied from very technical presentations, but not only limited to petroleum, but also to the energy topic in general, and mainly the energy transition in particular. But we also cover the digitalization topics. In addition to technical, the presentations also covered soft skills, so such as like the leadership and the career path and career advice. So we are still calling actually for more webinars for this year. So I really encourage you to get in touch with us, whether you have a speaker or not. We can support you by helping you find a speaker, or we can also help you connect with the other sections in order to host these events. So for this, I encourage you to follow us on LinkedIn. Our page is SPE Beyond the Borders, and I'm really looking forward to next year, where we can get back to the in-person events and meet you in some city where one of the sections can host a BTB event. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Serene. You covered everything succinctly. Thank you so much for joining us. That was really good. Next, we have our second external presentation. We have Alejandro Torres, the YP chair for Northeast Colombia section.
Hi, everyone. Look, my name is Alejandro Torres. I'm the SP Northeast Colombia chairperson from YP program. I'm invited to be here to comment an activity we have in the SP Northeast Colombia section that is called the SP Young Professional Tech Talk. This is an event mainly for young professionals. We have 3 professionals speakers per section, but they are all young professionals speakers in this activity. 2 of these people that is here in the meeting have been part of the young professional, the SP Young Professional Tech Talk, Brian and Geographical. Glad to have you here. This program, we have it every month. We have a section per month. We have also a host that is a young professional too, who leads the section, take the the order of the section. We have the presentations, and the presentations remain as videos in YouTube in our website. In our website, we put the links in YouTube, and in our social media, we keep the presentation, the videos of the presentation to be consulted in any time by people who wants to see the section. We have had people from Colombia, from Venezuela, from Peru, from Ecuador, from Trinidad, from USA. This program has been with us 2 years. Last year, we had the program mainly in Spanish, but from this year, we wanted to improve the communication with the world, and we maintain the English. We introduced the English in our program. So now we are having 2 people who speaks in Spanish in the TikTok, and 1 people who's talking English and do their presentation in English. So I think everyone could see our presentations right now and understand a little. Also the slides are in English to have like an idea to try to develop the English skill from all our professionals. So we are very proud of this program. As you can see in the bottom, these have been all the professionals we have had in our sections. This is the publicity we usually manage for our sections, and this is the YouTube videos, for example, as you can see there. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that, Alejandro. That was really good. Thank you for joining us today. And last but not least, we have Michelle Al-Shalan from the SPE KSA Student Outreach, who will be presenting next.
Hello and good morning or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Michelle Al-Shalan. Brief about me: I have a bachelor degree in chemical engineering from West Virginia University, and I have 3 years of experience working for Saudi Aramco as a petroleum engineer. I was recently elected as Student Outreach Chairperson at SPE KSA section for the upcoming 2 years. Similar to any part of the world, we have been affected by the unprecedented ramifications of COVID-19 pandemic, as we were restrained from performing physical activities. But I have truly noticed it was not really an issue, but in fact, it opened for us a complete horizon as we were switching to virtual settings, which gave us the chance to encompass a diverse and widely spread audience. It gave us the opportunity to interact and involve audience from different regions in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and even other parts of the globe. Some of the attendees might not have the chance to be present at the venue if it was physical, so the challenge was turned to an opportunity here. I'm both excited and thrilled to be here with you, ladies and gentlemen, to showcase part of our activities and achievements as Student Outreach in the Kingdom. If you can go to next slide, please. First of all, I would like to start with the holistic of our outreach in the Kingdom. We have 2 main programs to outreach students. We have one for high school students and one for university students. Starting with high school students, one of our major programs last year was the Kingdom's Ambassador Program. We aim to share knowledge about the oil and gas industry with high school students across the Kingdom. We managed to outreach over 650 students from 9 different regions in the Kingdom. Not only high school students, but we also conducted virtual university tour to over 1,000 students from 8 universities and institutions, showcasing the importance and the added value of joining SPE and the programs that we are offering for the students as SPE KSA. If you can go to the next slide, please. Starting with one of the major programs, we have Energy for Me. We completely exceeded our target for last year as we conducted educational petroleum experiments to over 350 students. We did not stop there as we went virtual and trained 80 students from Ghana. We trained 60 teachers from Saudi Arabia, trained 60 from UAE and 50 European teachers on how to conduct Energy for Me experiments. This was the support of 32 SPKSA members with certified training license. We did not also stop there, but we also published a challenge for 4th to 6th year sixth grade students to replicate petroleum experiments and answer questions related to those experiments with a short video. The activities was documented and published on YouTube. You can scan the QR code here to view them. Can you go to the next slide? In addition, we have added a new initiative under the name of Meet the Experts as a new platform to connect students and young professionals with expertise in the energy sector to answer all of their questions and clarify misconceptions about the professional industry. The ultimate goal of the program was to cultivate and facilitate students to effectively transition to the professional sector. In numbers, we have had over 250 participations. We had 15 international companies attending the program, 10 international universities, and 8 local universities. It was a 2-day event centralized on 4 major themes: petroleum industry, personal branding, industrial revolution 4.0, and interpersonal skills. The expertise attended the program was from a diverse leading oil and gas companies in the kingdom, from Saudi Aramco, Schlumberger, Halliburton, and Nasser. The event was uploaded on YouTube for future reference to students, and you can scan the QR code to watch the stream. Lastly, on June, can you go to the next slide, please? Lastly, on June 14, 2021, the SPKSA student outreach team successfully commenced the 2021 SPE MENA Petro regional qualifier, despite the challenges imposed by COVID-19, such as travel restrictions. The SPKSA student outreach team's dedication has led to an outstanding turnout for the virtual event. The event was attended by 30 universities from 12 countries, with a total of 200 students and 24 judges who joined from Saudi Aramco, Schlumberger, and Weatherford. Finally, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals won the competition, and 5 universities qualified for Petrobol International. They are King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals from Saudi Arabia, University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore, Pakistan, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, Saudi Arabia, University of Mosul, Iraq, University of Baghdad, Iraq. Lastly, thank you all for listening. These were just a short list of the activities that we were part of, and it was my pleasure to be part of the contributing team. Looking forward for a prosperous and successful journey with my new role as SPKSA Student Outreach Chairperson, and wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. That was a great insight to all your activities that's been happening in your region. Thank you.
Thank you, and just complimenting on congratulating Luis, Mezcal, and Serene on the great initiatives, and as you guys saw presented by our YMEC team and Oman, we're working on this event, which is great joint event with BML committee, which is the first YP Congress. It's going to be a major event in November. It's 2 weekends, and in the middle there's 5 days in which we've specifically allocated 2 regions per day, in which we hope, we encourage, and we really ask and need you guys to present these great ideas again, if you want, even in more detail, to really pass on these ideas and this cross dissemination of initiatives and creative solutions to engage young members. Also taking advantage of an emphasis well reminded by Mohammed and Niha. As you guys know, in September we have the Petrobol. It's going to be virtual with a new format, more interactive and more user-friendly perhaps. But one of the great initiatives is that we've expanded the option for sources for questionings so that you guys can create questions easier for more democratic sources, including some from energy transition, such as the International Energy Agency. And we want to make it as democratic as possible in terms of international regional questions. So we really encourage and ask you guys to help us sending us questions as many as you can through your sections, through your section officers, YP chairs. And to submit it, you can do it through the SP International website. You can do it if you guys want by email, ideally through the Excel form that exists already. You can talk to Mohammed and Human, who are pinpoint persons in this, or of course always to myself, Niha, Yuen, James, and and Cassandra, who's the regional focal point for Latin American Caribbean. So this is one of the major updates. And before I pass on for the other WIMIC members to comment, as Brian mentioned, and we're running short on time, we'll open for questions. But if anyone wants to stay in the end after the Q&A session to ask specific Spanish questions, or if you'd like to email those to Brian or to myself or any of us Spanish-speaking members, or Portuguese or Portuñol in my case, we'll be glad to answer at the end. So Nija, Yuen, guys, I pass on to you guys, or if not, we can go on to the Q&A.
Yeah, nothing from my side except thank you all for sharing your experiences and your programs. It's great, honestly, to see all these efforts. And for BTB, we would like to take it on an international level. So I would definitely be reaching out to you guys very soon. And yeah, thank you so much for all the great work you're doing and putting in SP.
Thank you, Nija. Yuen, you agree we can open for questions, and in case anyone wants to open the mic or their camera? What do you think, Yuen?
If anyone has any questions, you can raise your hands or type your question in the chat box.
As a parenthesis, like Nija mentioned, we have Tom Lasniel here on the call. So great. Thanks so much for the support, as well as for all the familiar faces from my side here, Latin American, Caribbean, Luciani from Brazil. So it's great to see you. I don't know if we have any initial questions. If no one has any questions, in the meantime, you guys can always reach us by the YP email, the YP website. And in the previous session, it was suggested that we could create kind of a WhatsApp type of communication for WIMIC with all YPs, and Nikhil gave the great idea of using Telegram, which is sometimes better for massive number of users, right, Nikhil? So that's something that we can also perhaps implement.
I had a question, or more of a suggestion. In the initial slides, I saw that member in transitions, like for the energy transition, we are trying to increase our engagement, right? And specifically for professionals who are working in the energy transition, like transition from oil and gas to renewables or solar or something. They're mostly the young professionals who have transitioned their careers either through MBA programs or other courses which they have undertaken. And do we have any plans how to increase the community and bring them to the SP platform?
Nikhil, you want to take that on digital transformation, or if any other member?
Yeah, sure. So Lavish, we are actively, so this is a very specific question. Thank you for asking it. In last 2 weeks ago, so WIMIC has its regular meetings. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did specifically discuss about this part, that how do we enhance our reach, and we definitely have this challenge in India where people are working in non-core oil and gas companies. Like myself, I'm working for a tech company, and so we are trying to create some awareness how SP can help career, because I see tremendous value in being an SP member, being an active SP member. Because if you are an SP member and if you are not active, if you are working for oil company or for tech company, if you are a young professional or senior person with a lot of experience, it's not going to add value. So you need to proactively take some efforts. So we are planning to take some initiatives which will help in long term, and there are some discussions. So part of reaching out to people, part to promote promote young folks to maintain their memberships and specifically get active. This town hall is one of the initiatives driving towards that goal. In our session 1, we had two presentations, and both of them did share about specific initiatives that they are running towards member retention. This thing is addressed, this concern is addressed. and soon you'll be soon you'll be seeing various activities around this. Again, today we had great presentations and great insights. Like beyond the border, these initiatives are to make are to support the same cause that you're saying, and make sure that we are reaching out to the folks which need help, and give them and provide some help to people in transition. They learn how to do transition is not only when you are switching, you are moving from one job to other. It's also transitioning in your own career as well. So this is something that's addressing larger question, and this whole town hall is part of that process. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil, for the response. Yeah, awesome presentation. Also, one suggestion: can we do a like we have a very big YP community within SP, but the members joined in like around 100 or 200, right, in the sessions. Maybe for the transition members, or maybe the young professional in the post-pandemic stage, if we can roll out a survey that how can SP help the young professionals in post-pandemic and in the virtual stage specifically.
Thank you for your suggestion. We'll look into it. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you for the question, by the way, Lavish. And I don't know if we have any other questions. Of course, if you're feeling shy or something, you can always reach us by our mini LinkedIn account, which, by the way, we encourage you all to follow our social media accounts, mainly LinkedIn. And there's also the YouTube channel. And of course, the YMEC International webpage, and soon the either Telegram or WhatsApp way of accessing us. So please don't forget to follow us on social media. And in case there's no other question, YMEC members would be highly honored if Thomas would mention some few words.
You guys can see me, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I was just going to show you my secret to staying young is behind me. You see my case of Red Bull. So, I probably shouldn't have revealed that in an open forum, but I stay young at heart by cheating. Wow, what a meeting. You guys have so much energy and so much activity. I feel like you're lapping me in a race. I guess my big question is, how can we help you more? Rodrigo knows that we've communicated, and of course I'm familiar with your activities and so forth, but I was tempted to put in the chat, please tell me how I can help more, but I'm afraid I'd never get any sleep if I did that. But please, if you feel like there's something you want to direct conduit to me or to my successor, feel free to contact me, and I can assure you we'll address things as they come in and try to help. I'm just really impressed about the energy. I can't tell you how refreshing it is to see how young people are so enthusiastic about our industry and recognize the significance and the influence and, quite frankly, the responsibility that we have to society. And that's not going to change. We're not going away, but we are going to have to adapt to a lower carbon world, as we all talked about in this session as well. But we can do that. We've adapted to every other challenge we've ever had, so why not look at it that way? And again, think of all the billions of people that we serve and how maybe they don't understand or appreciate us, especially in times of, like the pandemic, but we are an essential industry and we have over-delivered, and we're happy to be able to do that. So I'm really appreciative of your efforts collectively and individually, and please just continue to be involved. I hope to see some of you in the ATCE in Dubai. I'll be easy to recognize. I'll be dressed like I am now, so I'll be easy to find. And again, if there's something that we can do for you at the leadership level, feel free to communicate with us. Obviously, we have a chain of custody, as we like to call it, for actions and activities. But we're always open to advice, to guidance, to things that we could improve. But most of all, I just want to say thanks. I'm really, really pleased about the energy, and thank you also for inviting me to this YMEC meeting. So with that, I'll let everybody go back to their day and their next meeting and so forth. But happy to also, Rodrigo, if anybody wants to ask a question or two, that's fine. But I think pretty much people have had a good hour of learning and familiarity, and maybe they need to communicate with each other. You guys don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from each other anyway, but I'm here if you need me. Always online. So just feel free to contact me.
Thank you so much, Tom. We always want to hear you, and you know, we take the opportunity to invite you, of course, if you could be one of our lecturers or distinguished guests in our upcoming YP Congress. That would be amazing as well. You know, if you have any time, which you know you're a quite busy agenda, but that would be amazing.
Come on, you know that I never say no, Rodrigo. So, but thank you all very, very much for the invitation to speak. I'm blushing. I'm honored. I wasn't prepared, and thank you for calling me out. But I hope to see as many of you as possible in meetings, certainly in Dubai if possible. But then as we begin to open up, you know, we'll see you as soon as possible. Just please, everyone, recognize that the pandemic isn't over yet, and to take care of your loved ones, take care of yourselves, take care of your job, of course. You know, we have to continue working. But we're all one big happy family, and if there's something you need, I hate to invite 80,000 members to send me an email, but okay, go ahead. So thanks very much. I'll go off camera now.
Thank you, Tom. If you want, you can stay on camera, as well as our YMEC colleague Ismaila and Maria and other people, so that we take what UN is doing, our traditional Zoom screenshot pictures for everyone. And I myself would love to join you guys in Dubai, but due to COVID limitations and vaccine programs here in Brazil, I'm not able to go there yet. But I know some YMEC members will go, like Niha, Cassandra, and some other, Nikhil as well. So you can meet them there in person. And meanwhile, we take the pictures. I leave to Niha and the rest of our great YMEC guys, which I hugely appreciate. And thanks for all the amazing work and effort. I do want to comment something else.
This is Maria from Houston, Texas. I want to congratulate this group. I think, you know, the variety of initiatives that you have advanced is amazing. And I particularly enjoy to see the diversity that we can see here. So thank you for everything you are doing.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. And thank you all for the messages, as well as for all of our amazing volunteers.
Yeah, I also need to thank Nihal. Thank you. Nihal's replacing you, right? Or
absolutely.
Is it an improvement or a sustainability? It doesn't matter. We have a wonderful chain of people involved in YMEC. So thank you again, both of you, for everything you've done this year. Looking forward to working with Nihal as well.
Thank you, Tom. Definitely an improvement with Nihan and all the future guys that are here and coming.
You know, the female part of things is always better. So yeah, I'll take the compliment.
So, and I think if we don't have any other comment, I think we can, Yuen, we can do your amazing picture moment. Sorry, Alfonso.
Hello, it's nice to see you again. This is Alfonso Gonzalez from YP Mexico section again. I want to thank you for all your first of all, for your invitation. And you can count with the Mexican section in order to collaborate and to make a bigger contact in all the activities that you have programmed, and count with us for all the activities. I am sure I am pleasure to be that I will be in contact with the most of you, the most as I can. And thank you for all. Thank you, Tom. It's nice to see you again. I met you in the 2 years ago in Villahermosa, Mexico.
I remember.
And it's a really pleasure to all of us that we can count with you.
I'm looking forward to going back home to Villahermosa as well. Thank you very much, Alfonso.
Excellent. We will be really pleasure to see you again.
Thank you, Alfonso. Mil gracias.
Adiós. Saludos desde México.
Igualmente.
Roger, can we take the pictures? Then we can start wrapping up.
Yeah,
Let's
if
do it.
everyone would like to put their cameras on, and then we can take a group picture, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a countdown, so everyone get ready to smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all done. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Joanne, by the way, and James, you're all our angels and saviors of the young members.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
all.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and take care.
Thanks all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you
everyone.
for joining.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Grazie. Thank you, Sia.